Hello and warm greetings. Time to present you the English news. Afghan National Defense and Security Forces have rescued at least 30 people from a detention cell belonging to the anti-government or militant groups in Eastern Laghman province of Afghanistan. According to the local officials, the Afghan forces discovered the detention cell in the vicinity of Alingar district on Sunday. Provincial governor spokesman confirmed the cell was discovered in Sangar Dari area during the counter-terrorism clearance operations. He further added that the operations were launched on Friday and are still being conducted against the militant groups in Alingar district. The mass grave of at least 9 people who were executed by ISIS militants who were executed more than a year ago has been discovered in the eastern Garhar province of Afghanistan. Provincial governor spokesman Atabullah Khogyani said the mass grave was discovered from vicinity of the Achin district. He said the militants affiliated with ISIS terrorist group abducted a group of 12 people nearly 1.5 years ago, executed 9 of them shortly after they were kidnapped. He further added that the mass grave of the 9 hostages executed by ISIS militants were recovered from Moman area of Achin on Sunday. The anti-government or militant and terrorist groups, including the ISIS terrorist group, has not commented regarding the report so far. In the meantime, reports indicate that the hostages were the local tribal elders who were rounded up by ISIS militants on unknown charges. Kremlin dismisses Mueller's indicated of 13 Russians who were in the Russian government denied on Monday that it had interfered in 2016 U.S. election campaign on Kremlin's first remark since 13 Russian nationals were indicated Friday on charges of conspiring to defraud the U.S. Answering a question from CNN on a weekly telephone news conference, the spokesman for Russian President Vladimir Putin, Dmitry Peskov, said that the indictments provided no substantial evidence of Russian meddling and that there were no indications that the Russian state could have been involved. He said, "We did not see any substantial evidence of someone interfering in the domestic affairs." He added that a U.S. indictment mentions Russian citizens, but we heard the accusations against the Russian state. The Russian state and the Kremlin and Russian government were involved in that. Thank you. That was a brief. Good night. Bye.